Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a comedy romance film called It Boy from 2013. Enjoy your viewing. Alice Lantons is the managing editor of a popular fashion and youth magazine. She is 38 years old. She is single and has a daughter. Alice divorced her husband 8 years ago and has been living without a partner ever since. She doesn't even think about finding a new man. At work, Alice has long had a reputation for being a punctual and reserved lady, and her subordinates call her bad names behind her back. The woman returns from a business trip in business class. Suddenly, a stranger wants to meet her. Alice is annoyed by this, but fortunately, a 20-year-old student, Balthazar, sits next to her. He accidentally got a seat in business class due to an airline mistake. The student tries to talk to the beautiful woman, but she is not interested in random fellow travelers, so he only manages to learn her name. After the plane lands, Alice immediately leaves the plane, and Balthazar notices that she has dropped her flash drive. The guy gives chase to the woman, but she has already taken a taxi. Upon returning to work, Alice receives very unpleasant news. The editor-in-chief calls the woman to his office and says that, in his opinion, the woman is too strict and correct for the position of editor of a youth magazine. The editor hints that if Alice fails to impress him, he will give her position to a young and daring girl who shocks her colleagues with her antics every day. Despite her young age, Liz has already been married 3 times, twice to a man and once to a woman. Alice realizes with horror that she may lose her prestigious position. In addition, she can't find her flash drive anywhere. Luckily, Balthazar has already called the newsroom and left his phone number for her to contact. Alice calls the boy, and he tells her that he has the flash drive and that he is currently having a good time with his friends at a bar. The woman immediately goes to the bar, and Balthazar is very happy to see the beautiful woman again. But it turns out that the flash drive is at his home. Alice is worried, realizing that she will have to get to the student on his scooter, but nothing can be done because her career depends on it. Balthazar helps the woman fasten her helmet, and Alice's co-workers see the scene and take a few photos, thinking that Alice and the young man are having a love affair. When Balthazar gets home, he barely finds the flash drive in his mess and returns it to his woman. Alice immediately leaves, and the student, very nervous, rushes after her and offers to meet for coffee or dinner sometime. Alice politely refuses, as she is twice as old as the handsome young man. In the morning at work, her colleagues look at Alice mysteriously. She cannot understand anything. Finally, the woman forces the secretary to admit that the whole office is discussing Alice's relationship with a student. Alice is burning with shame, but the progressive editor-in-chief believes that the employee has taken his hint correctly and has decided to get closer to the young people for whom their magazine is actually intended. After consulting with her colleague and old friend, Alice decides to play along with her boss and pretend to him that she is really dating a young man. The woman changes her strict suit into a youthful and daring outfit and comes to the university where Balthazar is studying. The people around her admire the beautiful woman, and Balthazar is very surprised that she has changed her image, and now she wants to meet him. The two of them spend a great day together, and then Alice invites Balthazar to an art exhibition where the editor-in-chief will also be present. He has to make sure with his own eyes that his subordinate is dating a student and is keeping up with the times. The woman does this to stay in her job, and then she can say goodbye to Balthazar. For Balthazar, everything is very serious, and Alice only pretends to her colleagues that she is dating a student. Balthazar behaves freely, not at all shy around others, and this confuses his companion a bit. In addition, the guy openly tells the author of the paintings that these paintings are not very good. Alice tries to improve the situation, and then explains to her companion that in her world, no one tells other people the truth, but only what they want to hear. Alice finally gets her way, and the editor-in-chief takes notice. To get rid of the young gentleman, after the exhibition, the woman lies about her daughter being hospitalized. Balthazar then immediately stops a taxi for her and persuades the passenger to wait for the next car. A few days later, Alice decides to consolidate her success and takes Balthazar to a fashion show, where Clementine, who is the director of the magazine, is also present. On the runway, one of the models accidentally stumbles and falls. Among all of them, only Balthazar rushes to the girl's aid, as the others are used to such events. However, others pay attention to the good nature of Alice's companion, which plays into her hands. After the screening, at a small banquet, Alice and Balthazar approach Vincent and Lise. They chat casually. A competitor tries to convince Vincent that Alice has hooked up with a young man only to prevent her from taking over as editor. Nevertheless, the unusual couple dances together so sensually and frankly on the dance floor that it seems that their relationship is serious. Balthazar accompanies Alice to her home, where she wants to say goodbye to her young suitor. However, he is not confused and kisses his companion passionately. Alice hasn't had a relationship with a man in a long time, and she melts in the student's arms. Soon, the couple finds themselves in her bed, and the whole house is listening at midnight to how great they are together. Alice realizes that she hasn't felt this good with anyone in a long time. She enjoys the wonderful moments with her boyfriend, realizing that it will not last long. Balthazar sincerely believes in his partner and is falling more and more in love with her. Like most students, the guy has no money. However, Balthazar tries to impress the woman with his sincerity, spontaneity, and lust for life. Balthazar invites Alice to a coffee shop, where he boldly talks about their future life together. The woman realizes that it's time to bring her gentleman back down to earth. Alice reminds him of their 20-year age difference and their daughter. The woman is terrified that in a few years Balthazar will only grow older and more handsome, while she will gradually turn into an old woman. Despite all the wonderful moments they spent together, Alice breaks off their relationship. Balthazar is disappointed and devastated. He returns home, where he cannot find a place for himself, and Alice rejoices that she has managed to keep her job. A couple of weeks later, Clementine is looking for a male model for another photo shoot for their magazine. She is not satisfied with any of the candidates until she accidentally spots Balthazar's photo. Clementine realizes that this is exactly what she needs and tells the editor-in-chief to arrange a meeting with the guy. The editor-in-chief conveys the director's words to Alice and tells her to bring Balthazar to them at any cost, otherwise it will seriously affect her career. Alice comes to the boy, who is sincerely happy and thinks that his beloved has decided to resume their relationship. However, when the woman asks the student to become a model for tomorrow's photo shoot, Balthazar realizes that it's all just for the sake of work and leaves without giving an answer. The next day, Alice hopes against hope that the student will come to the shoot. In the end, he shows up at the last minute. While the student is being prepared for the shoot, Simon, knowing the whole situation, accidentally blurts out to Balthazar that the editor started a relationship with him just to avoid losing her prestigious position. After learning the bitter truth, the student goes to the shooting, but Clementine behaves so badly and talks to the guy that he can't stand it and walks out of the set. Alice tries to stop Balthazar, but the guy can't stand it and congratulates her on keeping her job. After that, he leaves. Vincent finally fires Alice from her job because her boyfriend ruined the long-awaited photo shoot and was rude to the director. Time passes, and Alice cannot get the young student out of her mind. The woman doesn't even care about losing her job, which until recently seemed like a real disaster. She only thinks that her behavior has offended a good guy, to whom she has become very attached. Alice comes to the university where Balthazar is studying. She takes the place of a teacher, and in front of several dozen students, she publicly apologizes to the guy and confesses her love for him. The woman says that they can have a wonderful future, and this is enough for Balthazar, who approaches Alice and kisses her hard. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klonsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.